Shark Game here. Welcome to another episode coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com. How do you be smart almost overnight? Yeah, if I really think about it, some of the most interesting and successful people I know, they're very smart in 2 to 3 areas. Like the best people I know in all professions, all industries, they they aren't necessarily the sharpest knife in the drawer, but they're laser focused in 2 to 3 areas. Whether it's marketing, whether it's selling, whether it's speaking, whether it's doing parties, whether it's doing some form of production, whether it's playing instruments, they're not a laser focus. They focus on their strengths and not their weaknesses. And they're very intelligent. And you don't have to go to Harvard or Yale or Spelman or Princeton to develop some form of intelligence. Um, and I think the internet gives us an unfair advantage because you can just go to Google and basically find almost anything humanly possible known to man. However, there is always an exception to the rule. You have to be careful who you listen to. I mean, that's just in general. That's just across the board. It doesn't matter the tool that's involved. You just have to be very careful who you listen to. But one thing, to develop more intelligence, you have to think more and go deeper. You have to be able to zoom in and zoom out and pay much more attention than the average person, and pay attention to the details. Just like they say, the devil's in the details. And you have to look at the big picture, the bigger scheme of things. And you have to be able to go back and forth, zoom in and zoom out. And you have to think and look at things more objectively, without assumptions or preconceived notions. And it's not easy. This is a skill. This is something that you has to be a part of you, kind of like within your DNA. Otherwise, you're probably gonna stop doing it or quit, like most people do when it comes to a lot of things. So one way to do this is try to look at things from a different point of view. For example, from the point of view of someone you admire, from the point of view of a disinterested observer, from a point of view of a visitor from another country or another city or another state, or you know somewhere that you could never imagine visiting or living. You got to see beyond the description, the definition, the terminology, and try not to be so one-sided, and don't be afraid to be wrong or incorrect, you know, and try not to be so set in your ways. Try to be flexible and not so black and white like most people living in the United States of America, because we get conditioned to see things either this way or that way. So you have to think more, think deeply, know and compensate for the things that limit your input and perception of what you might think based on your background, the way you were raised, assumptions, definitions, and get into the habit of thinking and perceiving beyond your limitations. And get in the habit of asking questions and listening to how people respond. And it's not necessarily how they respond, and it's not what they say, it's how they respond and their body language. And some of the smartest people I know, they ask questions, and they thought-provoking questions that most people don't answer, don't ask, or sometimes some people might not even have the opportunity to answer because no one brings it to their attention. And always be willing to try and find out how other people feel about certain things, what makes them tick, what floats their boat. So that's how you become smarter, and almost overnight. And the good news is you can do this today. You don't have to go to um, Ivy League school or like Harvard, Yale, Princeton, West Point to get smarter. You can get smarter, you know, this week, today. Just start reading books like that about people that you admire, people that inspire you, people that you might would like to meet one day. That's a good place to get started. So until next time, subscribe to my channel, check out my blog, chooseyourrelationship.com. Till next time, Sharp Kings out. Peace.